Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Friday, July 21st, 2023. Today, we're going to recap the MLB games, the FIFA, the other soccer, WNBA, look ahead to everything going on over the weekend and today. Golf, NASCAR, news and notes, best bet. We'll start with baseball. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to today and the weekend. Braves over the D-backs 7-5. Brewers over the Phillies 4-0. Reds over the Giants 5-1. Blue Jays over the Padres 4-0. White Sox over the Mets 6-2. Tigers over the Royals 3-0. Mariners over the Twins 5-0. O's over the Rays 4-3-10. Cardinals over the Cubs 7-2. And the Astros over the Athletics 3-1. So the Baltimore Orioles are now in first place in the AL East, and best bet was indeed a winner. All right, so the games for today, 2 o'clock, Apple TV, 2:20, Apple TV Plus, Cardinals Cubs from Wrigley Field. Jack Flaherty, Justin Steele, the Friday matinee in the friendly confines of Chicago. The Cubs are minus 130. The Cards are plus 110 over under 8.5. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Cards plus 1.5 is minus 205. Cubs minus 1.5 is plus 168. Is this Jack Flaherty's last start with the Cardinals? Maybe. So, the pick here is going to be the full game under. 6:30, O's Rays. Kyle Bradish, Zach Eflin. Rays minus 164, O's plus 138, over under 8, overs minus 104, unders minus 118. O's plus 1.5 is minus 154, Rays minus 1.5 is plus 128. This is another hard one. Both these guys have been pitching really well this year. I like the under full game. Rockies Marlins, TBD, and Braxton Garrett. Actually says Peter Lambert on FanDuel. Marlins minus 240. Rockies plus 198 over under 8.5 minus 110 each way. Rocks plus 1.5 is minus 102. Marlins minus 1.5 is minus 118. That's a hard one as well. I'm going to go with the full game over. Apple TV Plus, you have the Padres and the Tigers, Seth Lugo and Reese Olson. Padres minus 144, Tigers plus 122, over under 9, overs minus 105, others minus 115. Padres minus 1.5 is plus 115, Tigers plus 1.5 is minus 138. I'm going to say full game under. 7 o'clock, Royals Yankees. Alec Marsh and Clark Schmidt. A monster series for the Yankees. This was a must-win series that they've had all year. They're minus 215. The Royals are plus 180 over under 8.5. Overs minus 120. Others minus 102. Royals plus 1.5 is minus 114. Yankees minus 1.5 is minus 105. Clark Schmidt's actually been pretty good in their rotation of late. I'm going under 3.5. Royal runs minus 115, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the Yankees are going to win the game. Let's be honest. But I still like the Royals under 3.5 runs. Giants Nats, Alex Wood and Jake Irvin. Giants minus 154, Nats plus 130, over under 9.5, overs minus 115, others minus 105. Giants minus 1.5 is plus 104, Nats plus 1.5 is minus 125. I like the full game over. D-backs Reds, Tommy Henry and Ben Lively. Reds minus 118, D-backs even money, over under 10.5, overs minus 122, unders even money. D-backs plus 1.5 is minus 188, Reds minus 1.5 is plus 155. I like full game under. That is a very high total. Mets Red Sox from Fenway. Kodai Senga and Cutter Crawford. Red Sox minus 118, Mets minus 102, over under 9.5, overs minus 115, unders minus 105. Mets minus 1.5 is plus 150. Red Sox plus 1.5 is minus 184. Mets favored on the run line. Red Sox favored on the money line. I'm taking the Boston Red Sox at minus 116. They're a better team than the Mets right now. And I don't trust Kodai Senga on the road. Phil's Guardians. Rangers Suarez and Gavin Williams. Phil's minus 116. Guardians minus 102. Over under 8. Overs minus 122. Unders even money. Phillies minus 1.5 is plus 142. Guardians plus 1.5 is minus 172. I like the Phillies at minus 116 on the road. 8 o'clock, Dodgers Rangers. Tony Gonsolin and Andrew Heaney. Dodgers minus 110, Rangers minus 106, over under 9.5, minus 110 each way. Dodgers minus 1.5 is plus 140, Rangers plus 1.5 is minus 170. This is the World Series preview. Maybe. Hard call for this one. I'm going to go with the full game under. Braves Brewers. Michael Soroka and Freddie Peralta. Braves minus 120, Brewers plus 104, over under 9.5, overs even money, unders minus 122. Braves minus 1.5 is plus 128, Brewers plus 1.5 is minus 154. I like full game over. White Sox Twins. Lance Lynn, Joe Ryan. Twins minus 174, White Sox plus 146, over under 8.5, overs even money, unders minus 122. White Sox plus 1.5 is minus 144, Twins minus 1.5 is plus 120. Full game over. 9:30, Pirates Angels. Johan Oviedo and Shohei Ohtani. I didn't realize Ohtani's ERA is pretty high. Angels are minus 190, Pirates plus 160, over under 8.5. Overs minus 102, unders minus 120. Pirates plus 1.5 is minus 125, Angels minus 1.5 is plus 104. Is this Ohtani's last start as an Angel? Who knows? I'm going to go over 4.5 Angel runs, minus 113. He's going to give himself some run support. Astros A's. Framber Valdez, JP Sears. Astros minus 290, A's plus 235, over under 7.5, overs minus 115, unders minus 105. Astros minus 1.5 is minus 144, A's plus 1.5 is plus 120. I like full game under. JP Sears is pitching well for Oakland right now, and Valdez has been really good all year. And at 10 o'clock, Blue Jays Mariners, Yusei Kikuchi and Bryce Miller. Mariners minus 130, Blue Jays plus 110, over under 8, overs minus 118, unders minus 104. Jays plus 1.5 is minus 200. Mariners minus 1.5 is plus 164. That's a hard one, too. But I'm going to go with the full game over. All right, to the weekend. Saturday, 1 o'clock, Royals Yankees. Brady Singer, Garrett Cole. Rockies Marlins, Connor Seabold, TBD. 220 Cards Cubs. Miles Mikolas, TBD. Could be Mikolas' last start as a Cardinal. 4 o'clock, Dodgers, Rangers. Bobby Miller, Dane Dunning. D-backs, Reds. TBD, Brandon Williamson. O's, Rays. Grayson Rodriguez. And Shane McClanahan. Fox Sports 1, Mets, Red Sox. Max Scherzer and James Paxton. Jays, Mariners. Kevin Gossman, Logan Gilbert. 6 o'clock, Padres, Tigers, TBD and Matt Manning. 7 o'clock, Giants, Nats, Logan Webb, Josiah Gray. Phil's Guardians, Zach Wheeler, Tanner Bibbe. On Fox at 7:15, Braves, Brewers, TBD and Adrian Hauser. And White Sox, Twins, Dylan Cease and Sonny Gray. 9 o'clock, Astros, A's, Christian Javier, Paul Blackburn. And Pirates, Angels, Osvaldo Bido and Reed Detmers. And Sunday, 12 o'clock on Peacock, Padres, Tigers. Joe Musgrove and TBD. 1:30 Royals, Yanks. Jordan Lyles and Luis Severino. Giants, Nats. Anthony DeSclafani, Mackenzie Gore. D-backs, Reds. TBD, Luke Weaver. O's, Rays. Tyler Wells, Taj Bradley. Rocks, Marlins. Chase Anderson, Jesus Luzardo. Phil's Guardians. Aaron Nolan, TBD. 2 o'clock, Braves, Brewers. Bryce Edler, Julio Teheran. White Sox, Twins. Lucas Giolito, Bailey Ober. Cards, Cubs at 2:20. Jordan Montgomery, TBD. This is Montgomery's last start as a Cardinal. 2:30 Dodgers, Rangers. Emmett Sheehan and Martin Perez. Sheehan's another one. Could be his last start at the Dodgers. 4 o'clock, Astros, A's. TBD, Luis Medina. Pirates, Angels. Mitch Keller and Tyler Anderson. Jays, Mariners. Alek Manoah and Brian Wu. And on ESPN at 7 o'clock, Sunday Night Baseball, Mets, Red Sox. It should not be this game. It's clear favoritism towards an AL East team that's having a good year and a vastly disappointing Mets team. It's Carl Carrasco, TBD. Dodgers, Rangers should be Sunday Night Baseball instead. All right, FIFA time. We will go over results from last night and this morning, and we look ahead to the weekend ahead, as well as tonight. Nigeria and Canada 0-0 draw. Switzerland over the Philippines 2-0. Goals scored by Ramona Bachmann in the 45th minute. It was a penalty shot, and then Serena Pubuel in the 64th minute, and then Spain over Costa Rica 3-0. Goal scored by Valeria Del Campo, own goal in the 21st minute. 2 minutes later, Aitana Bonmati, and then 4 minutes after that, Esther Gonzalez. All right, here we go. 9 o'clock on Fox tonight. U.S., Vietnam. I think we know how this one is going to go. All you need is a pick from me. U.S. is minus 20,000. Vietnam is 100-1. The draw is 80-1. There's no way we're losing this game. No way. I'm going to go have some fun here. Over 6.5 goals, plus 104. All right, Fox Sports 1 at 3 a.m. tonight, Zambia, Japan. Japan's minus 460. Zambia's 10-1. The draw is 6-1. So I don't have either of these groups coming out of their groups. But I do like under 3.5 goals at minus 110. 5 o'clock in the morning on Fox, you have England and Haiti. This is Group D. England is minus 6,000. Haiti is 100-1. The draw is 37-1. England's going to kick butt in this game. I'm going to go over 4.5 goals, minus 112. 8 o'clock a.m. on Fox. Denmark, China, Group D. Denmark minus 150, China plus 380, and the draw is plus 290. Denmark's not losing this game. We are going to go over 2.5 goals at minus 104. Sunday, 1 a.m. on Fox Sports 1. Sweden, South Africa. Sweden is minus 1,600. South Africa is 35-1. The draw is plus 950. I'm going to go over 3.5 goals at plus 122. Netherlands, Portugal, 3:30 a.m. on Fox Sports 1 on Sunday morning. Netherlands minus 260. Portugal plus 550. The draw is plus 370. This is Group B. I'm going to go under 2.5 goals at plus 114. 6 o'clock a.m. on Fox on Sunday morning is France and Jamaica. This is Group F. I have France here minus 5,000. Jamaica's 95-1. The draw is 25-1. I'm going to go under 4.5 goals at minus 110. All right, early Monday morning, 2 a.m. on Fox Sports 1, Italy and Argentina. Group G, Italy minus 210. Argentina plus 500. The draw is plus 320. I'm going Argentina 5-1. Outright upset. 4:30 in the morning on Monday. Fox Sports 1, Germany and Morocco. This is group. I don't know what group this is. Germany, Morocco. Germany's minus 3,000. Morocco's 50-1. The draw is 16-1. I'm going to go the over goals is not there. Let's do exact score instead. I'm going to say 3-0 at plus 440 for Germany. And then last but not least, 7 a.m. on Fox Sports 1 Monday morning, Brazil and Panama, Group F. Brazil's minus 8,000, Panama's 95-1, draws 39-1. I'm going to go with under 4.5 goals at plus 116. Now I'm going to go over the other soccer results of note, and we will look ahead to everything going on coming up over the weekend and such, as well as today. All right, so club-friendly results. Milan over Levanzane 7-0, and Benfica over El Nasser 4-1. All right, coming up at 7:30 this morning, we have Liefering and Lask Amateur. 10 o'clock, you have Besiktas and Strasbourg. I'm going to say draw the first one. Besiktas the second one. 11 o'clock, PSG and Le Havre AC. PSG should win that. And then 11:25, you have Paderborn and Leverkusen. Leverkusen should win that. All right, Saturday's busy. Hoffenheim and Feyenoord canceled. 7:30, Anderlecht and Ajax. Ajax should win that one. 7:55, Villarreal and Hanover. Should be Villarreal's game to lose. 8 o'clock, Crystal Palace and Watford. Crystal Palace is going to win that one. 8:55, Hansa Rostock and Sevilla. That's a tough one. I'm going to say that's a draw. 9 o'clock, Club Brugge and AZ Alkmaar. AZ Alkmaar should win. PSV and Augsburg. I'm going to say Augsburg. 10:30, Rot-Weeb Erfurt and Dortmund. Dortmund should win that one. 4:30, LA Galaxy 2. And Wrexham. And that is pretty much the Galaxy's B team. I think Wrexham wins that one. 5 o'clock on ESPN, you have Arsenal and Man United. That's a really good one. I think that's going to be a draw. 7 o'clock, Chelsea and Brighton. I'm going to say Chelsea wins that. And then 10:30, Barcelona and Juventus. That's a great game on ESPN+. I'm going to say Barcelona wins that, but I would not rule out a draw. Sunday, 6 a.m., Leicester and Tottenham. That's another good one. That's going to be a draw. 7:55, Magdeburg and Sevilla. I'm going to say Sevilla wins that one. 4 o'clock, you have Fulham and Brentford. That's a hard one. I'm going to say draw. 7 o'clock, Aston Villa and Newcastle. Draw. And then 10 o'clock, Real Madrid and Milan. I'm going to say Real Madrid wins that. And then Monday morning at 7 a.m., you have Greuther Fürth and Liverpool. Liverpool should win that game. Results from Europa Conference League qualifying. NK Maribor over Burkirkara 2-1. Ducagini over Europa FC 3-2. Santa Coloma over Pennabote FC 2-0. Pionik over JK Navratrans 3-0. B36 Torshvan over Paid Lenamixon 2-0. Rigas Futbola Skola over FK Macedonia 4-1. FC Honka and Tobol Kostane 0-0 draw. Penevzes over FC Milzami 1-0. MSK Zelina over FC Levadia Tallinn 2-1. Dila Gori over Dojacka Streda 2-0. SK Tirana over Dynamo Batumi 2-1. Zelzonikar Sarajevo over Dynamo Minsk 2-1. I keep forgetting to mention the aggregates. We'll get to that in a second. Zimbru Chisuanu over Fiorita 1-0. K.A. Archieri over Konasquay 2-0. Ararat, Armenia, and Egnatia 4-4 draw, but they went to kicks. And Ararat, Armenia advances 4-2 on penalties. Progas Niderkorn over Gjelani 2-0. FC Vaduz and Neman Grodno 1-1 draw. Viking Argoda and Inter de Escaldes 1-1 draw. Alashkert FC over Arsenal Tivat 6-1. Gazira United and Glentoran 1-1 draw. Cosmos and FK Sujeska 1-1 draw. Derry City over HB Torshvan 1-0. Dundalk over Magpies 3-1. Harvenford West over KF Skandija 1-0. F91 Dudlange over St. Patrick's Athletic 3-2. Vikingur Reykjavik over Riga FC 1-0. Lasagna Sudoker over Linfield 1-0. Crusaders over FC Haka 1-0. Torpedo Kutaisi and FK Sarajevo 1-1 draw. And Shagupi and Hegelman 0-0 draw. And then aggregate, NK Maribor advances 3-2 on aggregate. Dicogini advances 5-3 on aggregate. Santa Coloma advances 3-1 on aggregate. Pionucan advances 5-0 on aggregate. B36 Torshavon advances 2-0 on aggregate. Rigas Fupula advances 5-1 on aggregate. Tobol Kastane advances 2-1 on aggregate. Penevzes advances 3-2 on aggregate. MSK Zelina 4-2. Dilagori 3-2. So that was a big win for them. SK Tirana 3-2. Zeljaniskar 4-3. Zimbru Chisano 2-1. K.A. Akareri 4-0. Ararat Armenia 4-2 on penalties, as I mentioned earlier. Progress Niderkorn 4-2. FC Vaduz does not advance. Neman Grodno advances 3-2. Inter Escladas 3-2. Lashkar FC 7-2. So they tied Jazeera United and Glentoran went to penalties, so they were tied on aggregate. But Jazeera United advances 14-13 on penalties. FK Sudetska 2-1. Derry City 1-0. Dundalk 3-1. Harvenford West 3-2. F91 3-2. Riga FC 2-1. Although Vikinger won the game. Linfield 3-2. Crusaders 3-2. Torpedo and FK was 1-1 draw. And then Torpedo advances 4-2 on penalties. And then Shakuki 5-0 on aggregate. Oof. So, we have some other soccer to get into. The Leagues Cup gets underway tomorrow, so that is going to be a lot of fun. I'm trying to find. Is it going to be under MLS? No. So the Leagues Cup's going to be a lot of fun. We did a preview for that on the podcast yesterday in a separate show. But I'm going to give out my picks for the first couple of games here. So without further ado, here we go. 8 o'clock from Fort Lauderdale. It's Lionel Messi's debut with Inter Miami. They'll be playing Cruz Azul. Miami's plus 105, Cruz Azul's plus 210, draw plus 250. I'm going with Miami at plus 105, no doubt about it. Also at 8 o'clock, Orlando City and Houston Dynamo. Orlando's minus 110, Houston's plus 260, draw plus 240. This is in Orlando. So I might have to pull up my cheat sheet from my predictions that I made. This is obviously group South 2. I think the draw's in play at plus 240, but I'm going to go with Orlando at minus 110. 8:30, Austin and Mazatlan from Austin. Austin's minus 125, Mazatlan's 3-1. The draw is plus 250. For this one, I'm going to go over 2.5 goals at minus 118. 9 o'clock, FC Dallas and Charlotte from Frisco. This is South 4. Dallas plus 105, Charlotte plus 240, draw plus 230. I'm going to go with Dallas at plus 105. Then 10:30 from Vancouver, from BC Place, Lyon and Vancouver. Lyon's plus 170, Vancouver plus 140, draw plus 230. I did not have Lyon advancing in this tournament. Vancouver's actually favored at plus 140. I'm going to take them to win this match. And then Saturday League Cup, 7:30, CF Montreal and Pumas. CF Montreal plus 130, Pumas plus 190, the draw plus 220. This is group E2. This is E2. I'm going to say Pumas plus 190. Red Bulls Revolution from Harrison. Red Bulls minus 125. New England plus 280. Draw plus 250. I'm going with the Revolution at plus 280. I'm surprised that they're that big of an underdog. I love them. 8 o'clock from Subaru Park. The Philadelphia Union hosting Tijuana. Philly minus 145. Tijuana plus 350. Draw plus 260. Philly should win this game going away. They're better than Tijuana. I'm going over 2.5 goals minus 116. 9:30 of Real Salt Lake and Seattle. Real Salt Lake plus 105, Seattle plus 230, and so is the draw. I'm going to go ooh, that's a hard one. And this is obviously group W2. I have both of these teams advancing far in this tournament. Salt Lake is home. Believe it or not, I'm going to pick the draw at plus 230. But I don't feel like super strong about it. And then 10 o'clock is Portland and San Jose. This is Group West 1. Portland's even money. San Jose's plus 240. Draws plus 230. I'm going to take San Jose to upset Portland at plus 240. And then Sunday, we have Leagues Cup action, 7 o'clock. NYCFC and Outlaws from Citi Field. NYCFC's minus 110. Outlaws is plus 270. The draw's plus 240. This is E3. I'm going to go with the draw at plus 240. 7:30 of Columbus and St. Louis. Columbus is minus 145. St. Louis is plus 310. The draw's plus 290. I'm going to go, believe it or not, with St. Louis is a pretty big dog at plus 310. They'll pull it off outright. FC Cincinnati Sporting KC. Cincy's minus 110. KC's plus 260. Draw plus 250. I'm going with Cincy minus 110. 8:30 Nashville and Colorado Rapids. Nashville minus 145. Colorado plus 370. Draw plus 260. Nashville should win. It's kind of like Philly in their group. I'm going to go over 2.5 goals minus 116. And last but not least, 9 o'clock, Puebla and Minnesota United. Puebla's plus 280. Minnesota's minus 175. The draw's plus 260. I'm surprised. Oh, the game is in St. Paul. So it makes sense. This is C2. Minnesota should win because they're home. I'm going to go under 2.5 goals at minus 116. All right. Now we will do some NWSL. 7 o'clock, we have Louisville and Chicago. In the Challenge Cup, Louisville's minus 10, Chicago's 5-1, the draw's plus 340. Louisville's on fire. I'm going over 3.5 goals plus 164. And then 10:30, Portland and San Diego. Portland minus 180, San Diego plus 430, draw plus 340. I'm going to do under 2.5 goals plus 106. And I'm not going to do betting picks for Saturday and Sunday because of time. So 7 o'clock, North Carolina, Washington, 8 o'clock, KC, Houston. And then Sunday, Orlando and Gotham. Right, so USL, Friday night, 9 o'clock, FC Tulsa and Rio Grande. Tulsa plus 145, Rio Grande plus 165, draw plus 220. I'm going to go with the draw plus 220. Saturday, 7 o'clock, Indy, Tampa, 7:30, Charleston, Pittsburgh, Detroit, Monterey Bay, 8 o'clock, Louisville, Birmingham, 8:30, Memphis, Orange County, 9 o'clock, New Mexico, Sacramento, San Antonio, Miami, 9:30, El Paso, Oakland, 10:30, Vegas, Hartford, and Phoenix, Colorado. And then Sunday, we do not have anything. And then Friday in all right, so we do not have any League One for Friday. But there are some League One games on Saturday. You have Charlotte, Central Valley at 7, Lexington, Union, Omaha. 7:31, Knoxville and Chattanooga. South Georgia and Greenville, 9 o'clock, Northern Colorado and Richmond. And I believe we might have some on Sunday as well. It looks like we do not have League One on Sunday. So there you have it for soccer. I know it was a lot, but it was a lot we had to get into. Now we'll go over the WNBA results from last night and look ahead to tonight and the weekend. So Thursday, the Sun over the Dream, 82-71. Lynx over the Sparks, 73-70. Mercury over the Sky, 80-62. Aces over the Storm, 79-63. Only one game tonight, 9 o'clock on Iron. You have the Liberty and the Mystics. This was the same game as opening night, and I picked the Mystics. The Liberty are giving 8.5, totals 160.5. I'm taking the Mystics, getting the point. The Liberty are just overvalued each and every week. We talk about it on the show a lot. All right, Saturday, 1 o'clock, ESPN Sun. Dream, 3 o'clock, ESPN the Aces Lynx. 8 o'clock on Twitter, Sparks Wings. 9 o'clock, NBA TV Sky Storm. And then Sunday, 1 o'clock on CBS, you have the Mystics hosting the Mercury. And at 3 o'clock on NBA TV, you have the Fever and the Liberty. All right, now we'll go over the leaderboard for the Open. Your leader right now with the score of 8 under is Brian Harmon. Now, I'm just going to do notables the whole way because of the time. Tied for second, 5 under, Tommy Fleetwood. Tied for fifth with 3 under, Wyndham Clark, Stuart Sink, Emiliano Grillo. Tied for 10th with 2 under, Jordan Spieth, Siwoo Kim, Victor Hovland, Minwoo Lee. Tied for 18th with 1 under, Patrick Reed, Hideki Matsuyama, Patrick Hanley, Brooks Koepka, Scotty Scheffler, Xander Schauffele, Thurston Lawrence, Rory McIlroy, Dylan Langworth, Max Homa. Tied for 32nd at even, Lucas Herbert, JT Potts, and Sepp Straka, Seamus Power. Sanjay M. tied for 43rd with 1 over, Kurt Katayama, Jason Day, Matt Fitzpatrick, Shane Lowry, Ricky Fowler, Cam Young, Gary Woodland, Zach Johnson, Alex Loren, Tomas Dietrich, Keegan Bradley, Tyrell Hatton. Tied for 65th with 2 over, Ryan Henley, Adam Putnam, Sam Burns, Brandon Todd, Kristen Ziedenhout, Taylor Hogue, Francesco Molinari, Tony Finau. Tied for 84th with 3 over, Victor Perez, Louis Olson, Taylor Gooch, Scott Stallings, Bryson DeChambeau, Corey Connors, Abe Answer, John Rahm, Nate Taylor. Tied for 105th with 4 over, Harry English, Brett Orschel, Colin Morikawa. Tied for 118th with 5 over, Dylan McCarthy, Lucas Hodges. Tied for 124th with 6 over, Charles Schwartzel, C. Thiglia, Dustin Johnson's having a terrible day so far. Justin Rose with 6 over as well. Tied for 134th with 7 over, Ryan Fox, Chris Kirk, Davis Riley, Matt Wallace. Adam Schenk is tied for 141st with 8 over with Phil Mickelson. Tied for 150th with 11 over, Justin Thomas. And that's it for the notables there. All right, now move on to NASCAR. We'll preview and make picks for the races coming up this weekend. So the trucks tomorrow, 1 o'clock at Pocono. The CRC Sparkling 150, 12 o'clock on Fox Sports 1. Tomorrow afternoon, I'm trying to pull up the odds here. So I pick to win the race. We'll go Austin Hill at 14-1. I think there's value there. Xfinity is right after that, 5:30 on USA from Pocono. Explore the Pocono Mountains, 225. Am I going to go back to the well of Chandler Smith for the second week in a row? You know what? I will. I don't think I picked anybody back-to-back all year in either league. But I'm going to go with the Chandler Smith pick again, 16-1 at Explore the Pocono Mountains, 225. And last but not least, the Cup race, Sunday at 2:30 on USA from Pocono. This is a hard one, since all the big names are favored, and I like to bet on value. And I found the valuable pick on the board, and I believe I picked this driver last week as well. And that is Joey Logano at 16-1 to win the Pocono 400 from Pocono. Now I'm going to go over the news and notes for today. So the big news of the day is that the NFL approves the Commander sale Dan Snyder's $6.05 billion sale to ownership group led by Josh Harris, Magic Johnson, approved by league. So congratulations to Washington. This is well-deserved. Now there's rumors out there that they might change the name of that franchise again, which would be wild. And then the league actually fined Dan Snyder $60 million as a result of independent workplace misconduct investigation. And then Magic Johnson tweets after the sale, and he calls it the biggest achievement of his career, which is really cool because Magic obviously has a stake in the Dodgers. I believe he might have a stake in the Lakers too, even though he ran the Lakers for a while. It was obviously not his thing. I think ownership suits Magic better than being a general manager or president of operations of a sport. So I think ownership would obviously work better for Magic. And then, like I said, there's a pretty good chance Josh Harris could change the team name as a way to erase Snyder's legacy. So keep an eye out for that. The Northwestern story is back in the news as a coach may have seen hazing. Former offensive lineman Ramon Diaz said associate head coach Matt McPherson allegedly saw hazing activities take place. Wow. That is something. Like I said, this story's not going to go away for a while, and there's a reason that Fitzgerald got fired. Let's move on to... All right, there's one more football. Isaiah Pacheco says he'll play week 1, says he'll absolutely be ready after offseason shoulder and hand surgery. So that is good news for the Kansas City Chiefs if he were to be back. The Knicks asked about Zach LaVine as they contacted the Bulls about trading for LaVine, but the asking price was giant. Yeah. If I'm the Knicks, stay away from Zach LaVine. He never is healthy. James Harden had a cryptic Instagram story as he is ready to get uncomfortable despite the Sixers trade rumors. Oof. Oh, and one more college football thing that I want to touch on. Lane Kiffin slams the NIL as he called current state of college football a disaster due to transfer portal and name, image, and likeness deals. This sport is not in a good spot right now. And honestly, you could say that about college basketball too. Neither college sports are in great shape right now, especially college football. It's a lot of turmoil, and it's just sad that all tumultuous stories are the biggest storylines right now. Like Bob Huggins in basketball, and in football, obviously, the Fitzgerald story with the hazing that we just talked about. And then you have the Deion Sanders situation with his problems. So, hopefully, we're in for some positivity come the start of the football season, because we love covering the sport on this show, and we just obviously don't like to see negativity. All right, so baseball. Mariners outfielder Jared Kelenic broke his foot kicking a cooler after a strikeout, and he goes on the injured list. Oh my God. That's pathetic. That is so freaking pathetic. Like, oh my God. I mean, in all seriousness, hopefully he gets well soon. And it's just a big loss for the Mariners. The Guardians won't move Shane Bieber. There's no chance, in quotes, the Cleveland trades Bieber at the deadline. I mean, he's on the injured list right now, so if I'm the Guardians, I wait till the offseason where he has more value. The Astros and the Rays are eyeing Tigers all-star pitcher Michael Lorenzen before the trade deadline. I think Lorenzen would be great on Houston. I think he'd be great on Tampa Bay. Houston's a better fit because the weaker offenses reside in the ALS and you get to face Oakland. And then if you go to Tampa, I feel like you run into the Orioles, you run into a hot Red Sox lineup on occasion. Toronto has a good lineup. And Aaron Judge, if he's back and healthy. I mean, if I'm Lorenzen, you'd rather go to Houston rather than facing the AL East, which is the best division in the game. And Nolan Arenado has not requested a trade, as the Cards are not planning to move Arenado unless he asks for a trade. I predict he'll stay in St. Louis. I think that they'll sell, but they won't trade him. They'll probably trade like Miles Mikolas, Jordan Montgomery, maybe Dylan Carlson if they can get the right package for him. Obviously, Lars Nootbaar, a couple of the relievers. And a piece of soccer news, Alba signs for Inter Miami as Messi gets yet another friend to join him in South Beach as Jordy officially announced. So that is it for the news and notes for today. Last but not least, my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. There's a couple that jumped out at me for today. Best bet won yesterday, as we alluded to earlier. So I'm going to go to baseball. And there was a total I liked. I'm going to go back to the well. It's been the theme of the podcast, going back to the well. The under 10.5 in D-backs Reds. It's even money. That is way too high. I'm going to do a half unit, under 10.5, between the D-backs and the Reds for my best bet of the day. All right, that's it for the show. I'll be back tonight with James Celestin and Jeff Burns on two separate shows. One, obviously, will be doing game trades, and the other will be doing the Haskell at Monmouth Park come tomorrow. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.